So one side of KPMG that a lot of people don't realize is we're all about innovation and about creativity and about really broadening our horizons and those of our clients. So we're real keen on GCIR as a place to bring people together that have a like mindset, that are willing to either invest in new technology, new solutions, and creativity, or those that are actually breaking the boundaries and doing it themselves today. GCIR is really important to the Rocky Mountain region because this is a place where we see innovation day in and day out. We see companies coming here. We see startups beginning here. We see creativity all around the landscape within the Rocky Mountains. So what better place than to bring a conference like this than right here in Denver? So I hope attendees to this conference take away a couple things. First and foremost, a realization and maybe an eye-opening and that aha moment that says, wow, there's some really cool stuff happening in the Rocky Mountain region. A lot of things that people don't always think about happening here. Startups, innovation, investment, really trying to change not just the landscape of the Rocky Mountains, but the landscape of the nation. And a lot of it begins right here in this conference.
So KPMG has been a long-time supporter of growth companies, both from very early stage companies to large public companies. But one of our areas, our strategic areas of growth, is on growth companies, because clearly those will be the next large private or public companies of tomorrow. And so it's just an area that we're very passionate about and really want to continue to support. Growth capital in the Rockies is important to the Rocky Mountain region for several reasons. It showcases the region's most prominent growth companies, which is really exciting for investors who maybe haven't spent a lot of time here to see. We do have quite a few out-of-state investors who already invest in companies that are here in the Rocky Mountain region, but it's really exciting to see them all kind of come to one place and showcase their company and their story and their growth potential. This is just a well put on event that has a lot of personal touches that we work really hard on to make sure that the investors and the presenting companies feel special, because they are. There were some very successful relationships that were built that ultimately led to liquidity events, additional financings, recapitalizations, and so there was a lot of good things that came out of last year. We couldn't put on growth capital in the Rockies without our phenomenal sponsors. They've really been critical to helping us get all the right companies involved, the right investors, and just really been phenomenal in helping us prepare.
You know, ACM has been involved in the Growth Capital of the Rockies Conference since inception. And we think it's really important to support the entrepreneurial spirit in our region, particularly in Denver. We attract some of the best and the brightest as far as those starting and establishing companies, as well as the employment base and individuals coming into the region. It really is growing, it's emerging, it's an incredible place to do business. KPMG and Cooley put this conference on, and ACM is really a proud support sponsor of this conference. We're happy that they're doing it as leads, and we're really pleased to participate in the conference with them. You know, there's a huge value proposition from this conference. It brings together great groups of people, both individuals and companies, as well as investors, to display what they have to display from a company perspective, and for those that are looking at investments to get an opportunity to look at great companies to invest in.
As this region has grown so much over the past decades, that the need to attract growth capital to fund more and more mature companies was a need that this region had. And so we were excited about that idea and partnered with KPMG to bring this conference to life. As part of evolving from the venture capital conference, we also wanted to evolve in terms of style. And so that was part of the idea, to find a more trendy location and have food trucks and sort of match more what our companies are doing, the companies that are in this region, and match more their sort of style.
ACM sees this as a great sponsorship opportunity. We love bringing together other professional service providers in the marketplace here in town, and really collaborating together to highlight and represent the companies and clients that we have. I mean, Denver's such an entrepreneurial community, and we work so well together in a collegial environment, from accounting and law and banking. It just makes sense for us to all come together and spend joint resources to highlight the region that we have. GCR is so important because we have investment here, but we really want to highlight the national aspect of the quality of our investment. We want to bring those national investors, national PE firms in and show them all the great growing companies that we have here in the Rocky Mountain region. Yeah, last year was very successful from a conference standpoint and from our client standpoint. We were able to highlight some of our clients and they were able to finalize and complete transactions as a result of being up on stage and presenting their great ideas and their growth stories. And again, this year we have more clients up there that we know will hopefully be able to land a transaction and complete their financing as a result of it.
Growth Capital in the Rockies has been a great platform for our companies over the past 3 years, and we found that it serves all of the attendees that are going to be here on site. For the presenting companies, it exposes them to talented investment committees from all around the country that are not just looking for the next big thing, the next big idea, but all these investment firms are operators. So they're looking for the next big idea where they can truly drive execution and really add value with how the business grows. I think that Cooley and KPMG present a perfect partnership for a conference like this. Both firms have been committed for decades in supporting the broader tech ecosystem. As a member of this year's conference selection committee, I can attest to the fact that the networks are broad and deep, and they can source a lot of great resources, not only in helping to fill out an agenda of really interesting operating companies that present real investment opportunities, but also to bring to the table a number of investment firms from around the country that are ready and willing to put money to work. Both firms really support the broader tech ecosystem from startup to IPO, and I think that's the story that we're trying to tell with Growth Capital in the Rockies, that there's a great opportunity here in the Rocky Mountain region, and that's supported by these two good firms.